Welcome to the premiere episode of Whether or Not. I'm your host, Mr. Squeegee. This is being brought to you on behalf of windowcleaningresource.com. Today, we're going to start off by talking about whether or not we should be out here in the first place. I mean, it's winter, it's cold. Today here, we're maybe around zero, maybe a little bit below that with the wind chill, and snow, ice. Why in the world would I be out cleaning windows this? Well, being self-employed, it means you've got to be out cleaning windows this time of year. We have to have a monthly house route where we go by and do some or all the outside windows once a month, all year for certain customers. They really appreciate that. So it's just a fact. We're here in Iowa, we're going to have to be out in this kind of weather. So that being said, how cold is too cold? Well, again, that's an individual choice. You may choose to work colder than I do. You may have to work in colder temperatures than I do. So as I know some of you guys might be working in Canada, others in Upper Peninsula of Michigan or Wisconsin. It's going to get cold there, probably colder than I'll see it. But really for us, we try not to work anywhere below, say about 20 below with the wind chill. After that, it just gets to the point where even our customers are wondering whether or not we should be out there. So it's just one of those things where common sense will tell you if it's just too cold. But when we are at temperatures like this, we have to remember at temperatures when we're talking about minus 20 degrees, certain temperatures below that, exposed skin will begin to freeze. You can get severe frostbite. That's one of the dangers that we have to be aware of when we're talking about winter window cleaning. One of the more tragic things that could happen is we could lose our lives to something called hypothermia. Hypothermia is when our core body temperature drops below 95 degrees Celsius, or Fahrenheit rather, I'm sorry, I'm talking to you guys in Canada. But when we think about that, well, how will we know? I mean, we're taking our temperature all the time. Well, there's certain things to be aware of and remember or watch for if we're, say, working alone, nobody's with us. Perhaps we start shivering uncontrollably. We just can't stop for some reason. Or we become really lethargic. We just feel so tired that we can't hardly move. Or maybe we're really feeling slow in our pulse. Maybe it just something doesn't feel right inside. Those are things that we need to be aware of. And if those things happen, if those things occur to you, you want to seek medical attention right away. Now, what about maybe we work with a crew, or we have crews working for us? What are the things that we want to talk to them about? Well, we want to make sure that they're watching each other at temperatures like this, that they're watching for maybe the dilation of the pupils. That's a sign that they could be looking for a kind of a bluish tint to the lips or the skin. They want to be aware of that. Maybe the person's talking to them and they're slurring their speech. If that's the case, they want to make sure they get that person some first aid, get them warmed up, maybe get them checked out. Whatever your procedures are that your company outlines. But it's something you want to talk about to your employees if you have them, and something you want to talk about to maybe your partner that you're working with. Something to look up on the internet is issues on hypothermia, how you can protect against that, and the danger of letting it go too long. So we want to think about those things. We want to be aware that there are potential risks to cleaning at this time of year. As one of those, of course, would be slips and falls as well. So think about that too, where you're walking. There's snow and ice where we're driving. We know that we all want to make as much as we can being self-employed in the little time we have, especially now when there's not a lot of daylight. So when that happens, we just want to take our time, pace ourselves, slow down a little bit. We're not going to make as much money, but we're going to be safe, and that's the important thing. So again, thanks for watching this premiere episode of Whether or Not, and I'm your host, Mr. Squeegee, and I want to thank you on behalf of Chris and Alex at windowcleaningresource.com. Stop by, take a look at all the great deals they've got. Thanks.